One day the music will load up.
One day.
Oh, there it goes. You know, I'm going to play that song on my surround sound system one day and make the house shake.
That would be sick. I would love to see that.
What are you eating there, Autobot?
My son's cupcake from his birthday because everyone fell sick. No one turned up. So we have 12 cupcakes to get through and about 12 cookies to try and
Nice.
smash down before they expire. And I tell you what, they fucking taste brilliant.
Where'd you get them from?
Where did
Maybe
we get them from? Who was
Give
the
a,
lady that
give
did
a,
it?
give a local business a shout out.
Drips and Delights, local caterer lady. Drips and Delights. They don't have a business per se, as in business, but you can look them up on Facebook if you're in Perth. They are in the Mandurah Singleton area, Secret Harbour area. So
Secret
if you're
Harbour.
if you're down in the Rockingham, Perth district area, and you want some good cupcakes and biscuits, damn, that's the place.
You have to send some to me one day.
And these are the cookies. They're not just your standard cookies. We told her it was for a wild one birthday, and that's what we come up with.
Is that a giraffe? Looks like
Yeah,
a
it is.
giraffe.
It's a giraffe, and then she's got the bear.
That's a lion. It's got a mane.
Lion. Sorry, lion. And then you've got bears. You've got zebras. Yeah, everything. Absolutely, a tiger is in there.
That's cool.
Monkey. There's. She knows how to do them. That's for sure. Then you have Tim Tams.
Arguably the best biscuit in the world.
Yeah, I don't think anything can beat it, to be honest.
Nope.
Apart from Drips and Delight. Her cookies
Well,
are fucking insane.
Speaking of all those weird animals, we took Amara to Taronga Zoo on, was it Saturday, last Saturday?
Oh yeah, how was that?
Cool. Actually, I didn't realize we had a
Yeah.
rhinoceros in Sydney.
Yeah, the zoos have been, what do they call it, transferring a lot of their animals around. So between Perth Zoo and whatnot, there's been some big shifts. A lot of our animals have now been transferred across to Sydney, Melbourne, Australia Zoo. So chances are one of ours has ended up over there at yours. So I have no doubt that one of our animals are sitting in your zoo.
I know Western Sydney Zoo had a rhino for a long time, and I'm pretty sure it's the same rhino, but yeah, it was quite cool. I never realized we had rhinos, and apparently at one point we had elephants too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, our last one died, and then there was one left, so they transferred it out to a sanctuary that has multiple elephants. So that was a big move, which cost a lot of big money. And speaking of big money,
Yep.
my mate went on holiday. He went to Fiji, and while he was in Fiji, he spent some money, you know, obviously being on holiday, but then he went and seen his family in Sydney on the way back through.
Oh,
Stopped in
okay.
there. He's currently spending a couple of weeks in Sydney now. He
Because there's
decided
me.
to go.
Listen, I'm listening to this, and I'm like, I swear to God, you said you went to Sydney earlier when we
Yeah,
talked, and
he
you
went.
did.
He went to Fiji with his cousin. His cousin also lives in Sydney, so they went back to Sydney together. And he's spending obviously another couple of weeks over in Sydney. And he decided to go to the casino in Sydney. And you would think a normal person, you know, a couple of $100, take to the casino. That's it. That's your limit.
Yeah.
My
Not at
friend
Crown
just
Casino.
no,
If
no,
it's
no.
Crown, if it's
Now
Crown, you're gonna spend a
because
lot there.
yeah, well, it was he decided to because he can't gamble at Perth Crown, but he can gamble at any other Crown in Australia. So he's allowed to gamble in any other casino, any other Crown casino, anywhere else.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
So him being him, he's obviously worked at the casino for over 25 years now. He thought he'd be on a winning luck. Now he went to the poker machine and he won a few grand off $600. Took that couple of grand and decided to invest it into roulette and lost it all. He went and got a line of credit for $10,000.
Yep.
Now he lost the $10,000. Went over to play blackjack. Got another line of $10,000. Lost it on blackjack. Now he's playing catch up. So what we call chasing. So now he's chasing. So now he's gone to baccarat, playing with $20,000 line of credit because he's trying to catch up what he's lost. Now, supposedly he won and he got ahead, is what he told me. So he's got ahead. He's now in the plus. He's caught up, you know, and he's up by quite a few tens of thousands of dollars. He has somehow lost all of that, gone and then invested another 30,000, if my math is correct. 30,000. So now we're at 70,000. The 30,000 between baccarat and another game that he plays there on cards with poker, high stake tables, $1,000 hands, lost $30,000 in total. At the casino, in a space of one night, lost $70,000.
Shit. And now he's got to pay that debt back too.
Well, he can pay it. He's got the money to pay it, but he goes, I feel physically sick. He goes, I've just lost $70,000. And I said, dude, if you were going to blow $70,000, you may as well have just paid for my surgery, paid all of my debt. Sarah could have had half the year off, so when I go into surgery, you know, there's, you know,
someone to look after Logan.
Someone to look after Logan and me. And, well, he's just got him blown it all at the casino, and he goes, I feel sick, dude. I've just lost $70,000 at the casino. I'm like, you've done what? I said, here you are telling me that you'll give me money, obviously, when you come home, but you go and blow $70,000 at the casino. What were you thinking? He goes, I was just trying to chase and catch up to what I lost. I said, but you're ahead. Why did you not walk away? And he goes, I thought I could win more, but then I lost that. And I said, that's the whole point of the casino. You should know that the casino house always wins. When you start to win, they notice that and will make sure you lose. And you fell for it. I said, you worked there for over 25 years. How did you not know this? And he goes, well, I did. I thought I could beat the system. I was like, no, you cannot beat the system. The system will always beat you. If you don't leave when you're ahead, you will then spend more because you're like, I got all this money. Now, if you're one of these people that win a bucket load of money at the casino and then you go, fuck it, let's go to, because inside the casino, I don't know what it's like over there in Sydney, but you've got all these restaurants inside the casino. And you got pubs and bars all inside the casino. So then you can go to dinner, you can go get a drink, all that sort of shit. Now, if you're one of these people that have big winnings and then go to the restaurant, go to the bar, get pissed, you know, take the family for a big feed because you've won a lot, you know, start splurging and then go back and win more, then leave. I said, then you're a smart person. But if you go there, win big, lose it all, continuing to gamble, you're a fucking idiot. Like, just unreal. Like, you lose 10,000, at that point you go, fuck it, I'm out. You know, you don't then go double down and try to chase your tail because you'll be forever trying to chase that money back. And then you're going to lose that $10,000 and go, fuck, now I've got $20,000 I've got to try and chase. Like, yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're right. I physically felt sick for him. When he told me, I was like, it actually took a minute to register what he was actually telling me, because I'm just sitting there going, $70,000. That's the house, that's the solar, that's the car payment. Yeah, that's my surgery paid for. Money left in the bank so Sarah can take time off. And I was like, dude, could have just given me 70 grand. At least then you would have known, one, it would have gone to something good. But then I could have said, well, you know, you've blown $70,000 anyway. Why would you just go and blow 70 grand and give it to the casino?
I mean, with that, you could, that like half of that is your car payment right there. That's your entire car loan paid off.
Paid off.
That's
debts paid, solar panels paid
Well,
off,
how many weeks of mortgage is
personal
that? He
loans
could
paid
cover
off.
you like 10 weeks of mortgage, still cover several weeks of you being looked after while you're recovering from surgery, and still cover your surgery too.
More like 10 months worth of bloody, if not more, because you spend 20 to 30,000 a year on mortgage payments. That's like 3 years worth of mortgage payments right there. That's like close to literally 3 years worth of mortgage payments. 3 years.
Buy a place here and it's more like a year's
Over
worth.
3. Yeah, no, over here we'd get 3 years out of that. I just couldn't
Well,
believe it. I was just,
70
I'm still in
grand.
shock thinking about it.
70 grand. If that'd probably cover maybe 11 months worth of payments.
Yeah, it's yeah, especially in Sydney, the mortgages there are ridiculous. So our mortgage repayments are about 2,500 at the moment a month.
Yeah.
So literally one whole paycheck for the fortnight, bang, mortgage. That's it, gone.
Shit. One whole paycheck for the week here.
Yeah, right. That's
Mortgage
insane.
repayment in my area, and this is a cheap area, is about 1,200 a week.
You're renting, aren't you?
Yeah.
So what hypothetically, if your owner turned around and said, "Oh, look, I'm going to sell the house," what would you guys do? Because the market at the moment is so scarce. Like, where would you guys end up? Like, have you got a plan B just in case the owner does go, "Fuck it, I want to make some money out of this," or?
Our next move was always going to be to Tessa's mum's place up the coast.
Yeah, okay. And she's already offered that sort of thing, has she?
Yep.
Why haven't you done it? Save some money. Is it just such a big move, or?
I wouldn't mind doing it, but Tess isn't ready yet. So, yeah.
Maybe we should get Tess in on this. Tess, come join the podcast. I would honestly, if I had the chance to do something like that and I had family with a big house, it would have to be a big house though. You got to think lifestyle that you have now. Can you have a similar lifestyle if you were to move? And I've been thinking as well, like if our mortgage ever got to a point where we couldn't afford it, we're lucky enough that I don't want to say lucky, but we're in WA and prices are always going up in WA and the house market here is just fucking booming. So, and it hasn't really come down, and I don't think it will. At the moment, our house is probably 1.2 million if we were to sell right now. Now, the mortgage itself is only 400,000, if not less now. So we'd be walking away with a shitload of money, and we'd be able to fucking holiday, cruise, whatever, you know. But if that was to happen here, like for us, it would be a situation of, what do we do? Do we go for a rental? Like, but then you got to think rent. Is the rent the same as the mortgage? Because if you're paying the same amount in rent and what you are in mortgage, then it doesn't really help anything. But we've got a farm we can go to, but it's not really ideal because there's no house out there for it. We don't really have friends that have got the room for us to run to. It would be a struggle, honestly. And if the housing prices keep going the way they're going, if anybody like yourself was in that situation, it would be pretty damn difficult. Like I've always said to my mate, and they're renting at the moment, I said, what will you do if the owner just decided to sell? What's your plan B? And he goes, I don't have a plan B. I was like, maybe think about a plan B. Like,
because we're lucky, right? We are very lucky in that our landlord actually gives a shit because they have not put the rent up to what is the market standard right now. Our
So
market standard around here is about 800 a week.
Oh wow!
We're paying 550.
Wow! So he's really looking after you.
Yeah.
That's insane.
If one day this guy went, actually, you know what? I want to make some money off this house. I'm going to put the rent up to what it should be at. We'd
Is
be
he
like,
doing that because he owns the house and doesn't have a mortgage on it? Maybe. Like,
no,
does
they
he have a
haven't.
mortgage?
I don't think they do. I think they won a decent amount of money. Um, they did tell me about it a while back, because I like to consider myself friends with the landlord.
Yeah.
So he was saying he inherited well or won a decent lump sum, and then his mother passed away and he inherited her house. So
Oh wow.
he was like, you know what, we'll buy an investment property with the cash and move into mum's house. He only lives around the corner from me too.
Oh, even better. Something breaks is around the corner.
Yeah, yeah.
That's literally like you get owners like that, and it's so good. Like, if I was an owner and I owned houses outright, I'd literally, to make sure they stay tenanted with good tenants, I'd just make the rent $350 a week, because I don't. All I need it for is to cover the rates for the year, and someone
Yep.
giving me
Yep.
$350 a week is going to cover those rates in the space of a month.
And the
So then
insurance.
all and insurances and all that's all covered within the first month's worth of rent. So why be one of these landlords and have, six, seven, $800 a week rents when people, they'll pay it because they need somewhere to live, but you're literally running the risk of that tenant turning around going, you know what, I can't afford this anymore, I'm moving.
But
I'm
the
going to
problem
find something
is,
cheaper and worse. Like,
the problem therein
I
is
don't
that
know.
in a place like Sydney, there is always a sucker
Can you
born.
take that controller off him? He's literally just opened something. I was trying to figure out what was going on. I just realised he's got the bloody controller and he's just opened everything.
Oh boy.
Sorry,
Okay.
continue on.
No. In a place like Sydney, there's always someone who's willing to pay the price, and then
Yeah.
they'll be like, you know, what, you want to move
Take the
out?
batteries out.
Fucking move out. Go.
Sorry, continue.
No, that's all there is. That's all there is to it. So there are a few people out there who want to look after their tenants, but not many.
Yeah. We've got a massive housing crisis at the moment. We've got people out on Memorial Drive in Rockingham
Yeah.
who are currently camping on the side of the road because they don't have anywhere to live. Now, I don't know if that's ever been aired over there, but it's constantly being aired on Channel 9, Channel 7 over here. The local media are going out there, newspapers, radio stations. They're all trying to say, hey, what are you doing about this situation? Because they went and put the Rockingham Council's response, which people thought was helping them, was to go put one of those trailer cameras out there. And they go, oh, yeah, Rockingham's
Okay.
just looking out for the people living out on Memorial Drive as security. No, it wasn't there for security. It was there to monitor how many people were going, what they were doing. It wasn't there for their safety. It was there so they could literally watch it from the office and go, what is going on out here? And just watching it every step of it. They went out on national media as well saying, oh, we haven't asked them to move. We understand there's a housing crisis. What they didn't tell the media is they sent their law enforcement, their council workers down there and gave them verbal move-on notices. So there was no trail of Rockingham Council saying, you must move on, because they wanted the narrative to be that we didn't tell them to move on. They just left on their own accord.
Yeah.
Which obviously is false, because they went on to a current affair and literally said the council are verbally coming out and verbally telling us move on.
Can I do something sneaky and clever right here?
Go on.
This episode is brought to you by On Track Meals. Whether you're living rough, camping out, working away from home, or just too buggered to cook after a long shift, On Track Meals has your back. Their ready-made meals are packed with flavor, easy to heat up, and a whole lot better than surviving on servo pies. All right, use the code INTHEZONE10 for 10% off of your order. On Track Meals, because living rough shouldn't mean eating rough.
Oh, you had such the best segue for that. That was so good. It's like I walked right into that. Yeah, little Logan's just decided he's going to crawl around the corner and join our podcast.
No, g'day, mate. How you doing?
Hey, okay. No? Okay.
You're gonna play
Oh,
with the
you
light
want-
on Dad's mic. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. So if you're not bringing up the controller and trying to turn off Dad's recording via the controller, mind you, which I didn't know he could do that, but apparently he can. He wants to get frustrated and touch all the keyboard, which you cannot do. Usually Miss Rachel turns on. Have you noticed with the kids as well? Do your kids do it the minute Miss Rachel goes on? Bang! They're like, "What is this?" It's almost like an instant drug for them.
My older kids are, they're not really interested in that kind of thing, and Amara is now beyond Miss Rachel. She watches other things, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So she's, yeah, no, he's just gotten into Miss Rachel because Sarah's brother came over and
Yep,
goes,
yep.
"Oh, let's put on Miss Rachel." And all of a sudden it was like a zombie watching TV. And now you put Miss Rachel on the mobile phone or, the iPad, and he sits there kissing the iPad.
To be single again.
Yes. Yes. It is. I'm well over the Miss Rachel, but it's the only
Miss-
thing that entertains him.
Miss Rachel is married, Logan. All right.
Yes, Miss Rachel is married. You cannot have her. If she went on
Just
tour,
because-
I reckon she'd make millions.
Oh yeah. And then
Like
it'd just
Miss
be all
Rachel
the that'd just be
t-shirts,
all the dads
mugs.
coming to watch.
Yeah, you go to one of her concerts and just be all the dads decided to turn up. Hang on, there's more dads here than there is mums. What's going on here?
And more dads than there are kids.
Yeah. Hang on, this bloke turned up and he doesn't even have a kid.
He's got binoculars though.
Yeah, no, she's crazy. But I think, and the doctors and the pediatricians were saying this when we were in the hospital with Logan. They said it's something about her voice that hits a frequency in babies that is just spot on to attract attention, but zone them into it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Whereas
It's,
you can't break it. So you put on things like Teletubbies or Moana, Nemo, any of those. They'll sit there, they'll watch it for 10 seconds, and then they fuck off and they want to go play with a toy. Miss Rachel comes on, and it's her voice is just at the right frequency where kids are like, and they're like zoned
She said
out.
it in an interview a while back that the voice she puts on, it's actually been scientifically proven, like that specific
well, there you go.
frequency of speech has
Yep.
been proven to to ensnare children's attention, and same with the colors she
Yep.
wears. Same thing
Yep.
with Blippy, the way Blippy acts and the way like the colors he wears, they've also been proven
Just for an attraction.
to attract children's
And
attention.
and she keeps it moving there. There was a thing that came up that Sarah told me about, that Miss Rachel hired a friend of hers, but she uses the pronouns him, what is it, her, they, them, him, her type thing.
That person that
that
plays the
kind of-
guitar.
The guitar. Now, for me, I'm like, well, who gives a shit? She's good. Like, I'm
Yeah,
just sitting there going, what have people got the problem with? Who cares what her pronouns are? They, them. Like, who gives a crap, really? Like, it doesn't affect your life. It's not affecting their life. Like, what's the issue? I
First time I
don't
s-
see the problem. Like,
The first time I saw them, I actually thought it was Miss Rachel's husband.
I
Turns out
just thought it was like
he
a sister or something.
is used in the show, but he's obviously someone else.
Yeah, completely someone else. I think it's the guy that sort of not bald.
He's the
but
blonde guy.
he's
He's
got,
blonde.
Yeah, he's got very shortish hair.
Very short, white,
Um,
wispy hair.
And I look at him going, how did you get someone like Miss Rachel? And I can't see the matchup. So I'm thinking maybe this is either got to be a high school crush thing, or maybe they met at a friend's barbecue type thing, country. Like, it just, I don't see the pairing. I don't.
Seems
It's
like
like
such
having
an
a 5 with a
American thing, isn't it?
12. It's like having your partner being a 5 and you're like, you're here, the scale is, they're there, the other's up here. And you're just like, how is this working? Is revenge on your parents, or like,
It's such an American thing, though, isn't it? Like,
it
you have
is.
this completely average-looking bloke and a really decent-looking girl.
But then you
Maybe
look
we'll have to
into
ask
the
Steve how it works.
yeah, we're gonna ask Steve. Yeah, that's it. He's got the answers for that. It's one of these things as well. In America, the more money you have, you could be 90, 85, 90 years old, but if you're a rich billionaire, you're gonna have a 20-year-old girlfriend. And it's the same with what happened with Bryn. Is it? I want to say Bryn Eldeston.
Eggleston?
And yeah, she ended
Bryn
up. I think she
Eggleston?
was with.
Yeah.
Yeah, she went with the Playboy guy. I think it was, and he died. And she was only like 20s or
Oh,
something like that.
yeah,
A
yeah,
little
yeah,
old
yeah,
bloke.
yeah. Yeah, Hugh
But
Hefner.
then, yeah, Hugh Hefner. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one. Yeah, Hugh Hefner. And Bryn was the boy, the girlfriend. And I'm sitting there going, but you know damn why you're with him, because you will inherit all his money and all the billions of dollars and Playboy. And it turns out what she didn't know is he had a prenup. But he had a thing in there that was airtight. She
Yep,
knew
yep.
nothing about it. Got absolutely fuck all. Got zero. And I'm pretty sure they broke up just before he died, and he gave her a couple of million. Said, "Fuck, I'll
Because
see you later."
he left most of the money to the girls, didn't he?
The
To start
girls,
their
yeah,
own businesses.
yeah. He left everything to the girls. I don't think all his family and all that. I don't think he even had any family or kids or anything like that.
Not
Right.
really. Didn't have any
But could you
kids,
imagine
but
living the Playboy lifestyle all the time? Like, I'd get so tired with it. Constantly having, you'd have girls walking around half naked all the time, but eventually your body would just be like, yeah, whatever. Like, you just become numb bored to it, sort of thing. Like, it's all fun and games for the first few years, but then after that, you're just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, okay, how's it going? I couldn't see myself in that situation for a long period of time ever.
it's like any of these people, right? Do you ever watch the show Below Deck?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing again.
Some of
Like,
those people you get that are like rich tycoons, and they go on
yeah,
this luxury yacht, and they're like, "Oh, it ain't nothing but a thing, we're just here for a bit of fun." And I'm like, wouldn't you get
it,
you would get so bored of just having constant luxury around.
well, that's the thing, and James Packer's the prime example of that. He actually did an interview, and he said it's lonely being at the top. And
Yeah,
everyone's like,
yeah.
what do you mean? He goes, well, you can be rich, but it doesn't mean you're happy because you've got all the money. I'm sitting there thinking, motherfucker, if you're not happy with your money, I'll be happy with your money. Like, the problem with rich people is most of the time it's the golden spoon. They've never lived a poor lifestyle. They've
Yep.
never been poor. They've never been broke. Now, the people that have been broke and are now rich are still happy. I've not met a poor to rich person story yet where they go, I'm so depressed with my money. It's only the people that were golden spoon fed that lifestyle that go, oh bro, I'm depressed all the time. And it's like, it's lonely because you don't know who to trust. They've always got an agenda. They want something from you. That's the only reason they befriend you. It's like, motherfucker, choose your friends better then. Like, you dictate your own fucking lifestyle. If you're going to hang around with fucking other fuckwits that, have money or don't have money and want something from you all the time, well, then that's your choice. You clearly made the wrong choice in friends in that sense. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Or you get
It
the
is.
ones that peaked really early and they made their millions.
yeah,
I don't know. They made their millions in TikTok videos or something like that.
yeah.
And they're like 21 years old and they're already bored with the money.
Yeah, bored lifestyle, bored everything. It doesn't make sense to me. You even watch lotto winners; they're the same thing. They win a
Yeah,
bucket load of
yeah.
money, and they start being stupid with it. Instead of stopping and thinking about, okay, I've just won lotto. Hey, I've just become rich, famous. People are going to start asking questions. Instead of thinking about what am I going to do? How am I going to create my circle? It's more of a let's go out, spend a big, bring everyone along for the ride, and then they get pissed off because everyone's asking for something from them. It's like, well, you did this. You created this circle. Like,
I don't know how it'd be if I won the lottery.
neither would I. Honestly,
I wouldn't
think
know
I'd
what to
just
do with
pay off
myself.
the mortgage, and then I'd start thinking about, okay, what do I want to do? Like, because $1
Mm.
million these days barely buys you a house, whereas $1 million, 15, 20 years ago would have been like, oh, $1 million, you're fucking retiring.
Yeah.
Now $1 million now, if you had $1 million then and you became retired, you'd be going, fuck, we're going to run out of money soon.
See,
Like,
I would probably say if you won like $40 million on the Powerball, that's still a lot of money,
it's
right?
still a lot.
I
And you could
know.
average it out. That
I
could
would.
last you potentially could get you through 50 years
Oh
potentially.
yeah.
It could
I'd be
last
I'd be
longer.
silly with it though.
Yeah, well that's the thing.
Absolutely
It could
silly with it,
last
right?
longer if
It
you
could.
were smarter with it.
But what
But
I'd do, I'd lock away 10 million straight away, put straight into my super fund.
yeah.
Okay, and then the rest of it, I'd be like, fucking, it's party time. Let's
Well,
go.
you need more than 10 mil in the super now. That's the problem. So what's happening with super now is people are moving to self-managed super because the government and the superannuation companies are just fucking losing money hand over fist with everything that's going on. So people want more control of their money. So they're moving it into a self-managed super fund where they've got the 24/7 control of it.
Yeah.
They know if a war breaks out, they go, well, it's not going to affect me. I'm the one that's in control of it. So I'm not going to charge myself admin fees, and I'm not going to charge myself a fucking extra taxes and all that sort of shit on it. And I'm not suddenly going to lose $50,000 out of self-managed super. Like,
Well, I don't know about
because
that. Most
because
super
what happens with
funds.
self-managed super is it sits in a bank account. It
Yeah.
doesn't sit in an investment trust account. It sits in a bank account, and the bank's never going to lose money, are they? So your
No.
self-managed super is safe. If a war breaks out, if the economy or property collapses, your money's still safe. Whereas if it's sitting in a super fund, you could quite easily lose 50 grand easily. But yeah, straight away, I'd be doing the same thing. 10, 15, 20 mil straight
Lock
in
it
there.
away
Lock
somewhere.
it up.
We can't get to it. In my case, it would be my super fund because I'm still into that kind of thing. But let someone else deal with that.
I found something else about super as well while we're on that
Oh, yeah?
topic. If you are on Centrelink and have been for 6 months with the same payment, you can access $10,000 from your super. So Australian super, you log in, you go to withdrawal, or sorry, make a claim, withdrawal, and put it under financial hardship. No questions asked. Put in all the details it asks for. It takes maybe 5 to 10 minutes to do this form, and within 2 to 3 days, you'll get an approval letter, and literally instantly, almost your money's in the account. Bang, $10,000 from your super account. Yes,
I
you've
did
got to
that.
pay the 22% tax on it, but you're gonna have after that 10,000. Sorry, you'll have about $7,000 to $8,000 after the tax comes out, but you're still gonna have $7,000 or $8,000 sitting in the bank.
I did that with with COVID. I did that
Yeah.
for COVID.
So
Yeah, it took
COVID was
15
the
grand
one that,
out actually.
yeah, the government allowed everyone to take 20 grand out.
Yeah.
Now the thing with this, the money taken out of super, you have to only have Centrelink. Can't be working. You
Yeah,
can't have
yeah.
an income, all that sort of jazz. So,
Mm.
but for those that are on Centrelink and they're listening to this, go check that out because I've already helped about 5 or 6 of my mates. And they're like, oh shit, thanks for telling me about that. And I'm like, well, dude, government's not going to advertise it, are they? They don't want you to take money out.
But be aware because $10,000 on this end could be up to $50,000, $70,000 at
On
retirement
the
time.
other, yeah, that's correct. So for me, I had fuck all left in there. Easy enough for me to do that. So I took out what I could and put that towards all the debts that I had. So coming up to this surgery, I wouldn't have any debt in my name, therefore taking the pressure off Sarah having to try and
Yeah,
pay off debt
yeah.
that I created in the first place. So yeah, you've got to think smart when it comes to big money. And if you win something like Lotto, that's when you really got to start thinking, okay, what am I going to do with it?
Yeah, no, definitely.
So But what would you buy? Like, that's the thing. Do you buy a big business? Do you, like,
No,
obviously you travel.
I'm not into running a business.
No,
No.
uh, I think my idea. I think I'd travel, but I wouldn't just travel. It'd be first class or business class
Oh
everywhere.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the stupid thing. You blow through your money so quick doing that, but the experience that you would have
But I mean,
doing
you
that.
got $40 million. What
$40 sitting
what
there.
is
Yep.
what's a $30,000 first class ticket to like Vanuatu or something really
Well,
worth?
you do $30,000 enough. You're probably going to spend $100,000 in each location. You do 10 locations. That's $1 million, if anything.
Which again, that's still you got 39,000. You got $39 million left.
Yeah, that's it.
What are you
A
gonna
whole
do
million
after that?
dollars. Well, that's it. What do you do? That's what I was getting at. What do you do when you've traveled the world, you've seen everything you've wanted to see? Now, a few millionaires are in this situation. They've been everywhere. They've done everything. Look at, Justin Bieber and all the singers. They've traveled all over the globe. But then they come home and they're like, well, what do I do? You see most of our singers and that, they've been turning to drugs and alcohol because what else can they do? So they
Nothing
throw
else with their money.
parties.
But
They got nothing else to do with it.
the
Exactly.
the thing with the singers, right? And this is what a lot of people don't think about. Yes, they go to lots of different countries. Say you got a band like Green Day or Korn or something like that, and they go on
Yeah.
this big international tour. They actually don't see the country that they're in. Most of the
No.
time, they see the inside of the
Hotel.
hotel room, they see the inside of the bus, they see the inside of the stadium, and then they move
Yep.
on.
Move on. They don't see, and that for me, if I was touring something like that, I wouldn't. I'd be straight up telling the touring managers, don't schedule me in so much to the point where I'm only looking inside a hotel. I want to be getting to places maybe 2, 3 days in advance, having 2 or 3 days to look around before the concert, or even a week
Yeah,
before the
yeah.
concert. But then my next concert, I want to have also the same amount of time. I want to have, 2 to 4 days, or even a week, to be able to go to the new country or suburb that I'm going to and be able to look around and actually enjoy the area, instead of just every single night. Oh, I've got one show here, fly out the next day, check out, fly into the new area. That night I've got to do a concert, or the next night straight away is the concert. And that's what most of these artists are doing. They'll have 2 or 3 shows every night. So, Guy Sebastian obviously went to Melbourne
Yeah.
and he had 3 shows. So he done a, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever sort of day they've done them on. But I couldn't imagine doing that to every single city you go to. You'd burn out so quick. Like,
Yeah.
and that's what a lot of them have done. They've burnt out and they're just like, okay, now I've got to go home. I'm just going to rest. And then you don't see them tour for like the next 5 years, because they burn themselves out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's why they're not constantly touring.
Constantly touring. That's right. So for me, I'd be wanting to at least have gaps in between if I was touring or lecturing or anything like that. Like, you look at Taylor Swift, she went on tour and made over $1 billion in sales. Like, it was insane. And I think it's still the record for the most, one, it was highly anticipated show, but most grossing was the Taylor Swift. That was the Eras tour, I believe it was.
So big that they ended up making a film so that they could
Yes.
show it in cinema to all the people who didn't end up making the actual show.
Yes, and now you can also watch it. I think it's on Netflix or Disney or something like that. You can re-watch it again.
Disney.
That's one of them.
Disney.
I think it's Disney. Yep.
Tess went to see it in theatre a
theatre?
couple of years ago. Yeah, at the movies.
No way. Yeah, right. Oh yeah, because it was in the cinema. Yeah, if you were lucky
Yeah.
enough to get tickets, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm just going to move this camera because it's glaring onto.
Do believe that was a rammed show too. The movies. Every
Yeah, it was.
theatre was booked out.
Yeah, every theatre that had it, you couldn't get tickets.
Yeah.
I've got a family member who's obsessed with Taylor Swift, and she couldn't get tickets. So It's yeah, if you can get into shows like that, it's good. Now the guy Sebastian, we managed to find out that he was touring in Mandurah.
Mm.
And straight away, of course, I've just seen him at RAC, but I was like, yeah, I'm going tickets. Like, he's in Mandurah.
How about
It's not that
this?
far.
How about this bloke who threatened to blow up people at a Taylor Swift concert a few years
Yeah,
ago?
a few years ago, and then there was something that happened on the Ariana Grande, where I think it was a bombing or a shooting that happened, and people died, but she paid for all their funerals, so the parents weren't out of pocket for that. I'd hate for that to happen on if that was my
Oh,
tour.
yeah.
Or,
Oh, yeah.
you'd never want to tour again.
No, no.
Nah, you just
And then
be
there
like,
was a couple of years ago. What was there? Was it the Eagles of Death Metal? Something happened at one of their concerts too.
yeah, another thing
There was
happened.
a shooting.
Yeah. Yeah, there was Travis Scott. I think it was Travis Scott, some rapper guy.
Yeah.
He also had the same problem. It was highly, obviously, he was a highly grossing celebrity, and everybody done one of those stage pushes and rushes, and it got so jam packed, people were
That's right.
suffocating.
Yeah.
All that, and that's just because it was overcrowded. It wasn't well thought out. The
No.
planning of it all was just messed up. It should have just been in an open field, but no, they had gates and everything everywhere where people just started to get squashed in, couldn't breathe. Girls and boys died. And the way he acted was, I watched the documentary, it was just shit. He couldn't have given
Yeah.
two shits. Like, he just acted like it wasn't his problem. And it's just like, dude, this happened at your concert, like, because of you. Because you just left it. What happens, I think, is a lot of these singers, they put a lot of faith into event organizers, and they don't take control of that side of it. So I think a lot of that needs to happen, where they need to take control of it. They need to start making more effort to have input on how the stadium looks and how it's set up for people. Because if they don't, more of that shit's going to happen.
Yeah.
So that shit needs sorted fast. But this weather is shocking. I'm just listening to it at the moment.
Tell me about what's going on with the weather over there. Because
It's
we've been getting
shithouse,
some
mate.
pretty crap weather here too.
Yeah, no, we've got
I say
a
crap weather. It's actually my favorite weather. I love cold. I love the cold and rain.
well, we've got high severe winds, high severe thunderstorms. We were warned a week in advance, but we didn't think it was going to be this bad. And I tell you what, the backyard just looks like a shit house. It literally looks like a tornado's run straight through it.
Oh, you're telling me.
So it's insane.
We haven't had anything extreme, but we've had a lot of rain. And finally got around to mowing the back lawn today, and it was like,
Just get
Seriously.
around to it. Now the rain's come in. See, it's good
yeah,
if
like
you can get
2
to
or
it
3
while it's
weeks.
dry.
I haven't been able to do it for like 3 weeks. Right, so
Oh.
it was long. The grass was long for one thing.
Oh, yeah.
The old electric mower, it doesn't cope too well with wet grass either, because there's no engine heat warming
No.
and drying the grass as it goes into the catches, so it all clumps
No.
up. On top of that, right, it was like walking through a swamp,
Oh, yeah.
because my backyard, when it gets wet, it floods
Floods.
quickly.
Yeah.
It becomes a mud bath very, very quickly.
Yeah, that's what you got to watch out for. I'm the same. Our lawn will just soak it all up, and then you're just walking in what feels like swamp ground.
Yep, yep. So I was pushing the mower, and my feet were sinking a good inch into the ground.
That's where you just get the whip snipping, and you're just like,
Oh no, I did that too.
yeah, no, I
And you
don't.
should have seen the steam coming off the grass when I was whippersnipping. Because whippersnipping, electric or not, tends to heat grass up.
Yeah,
The whipping of the blade heats the grass up as it goes around.
goes around.
Oh man, it was like
Yeah, nah.
being in
Well,
a swamp.
I've
Ridiculous.
given up mowing the lawn. I now hire my sister's boyfriend to come around and mow it. I'm just like, I'm done. He's got a high I wouldn't say high tech, but it's got a high horsepower engine. Like all his shit's brand new because he does this for a
Ah,
living.
yeah, yeah.
So he's got the very high horsepower fucking mower, and it just cuts through it like it's nothing. So if you've just got a basic Bunnings fucking lawnmower like I do, good luck doing that in the wet. He just comes on and it just cuts it like it's fucking hot grass.
Josh Remilton has come on and said we need a goat.
A goat.
Yeah,
Why do we need a goat?
for the lawn.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, come on. If you're going to supply it, that would be great. I want to have a look at this. Where we
Josh,
go.
by all means, if you've got a goat, mate, if you've got a goat that I don't know about, it's been a while since I last saw you, Joshy. Maybe you've got a goat since then. You can bring it to my house.
Yeah, Josh, hey, just send one over here to WA as well while you're at it, eh?
Maybe, after the goat's finished with the lawn, we can have a barbecue.
Yeah, I just
You won't
literally
get your
went and
goat
got one of
back
those
on.
6-burner barbecue covers because I was like, you know what, I'm sick of looking at this barbecue. I want to
Yeah,
try and
yeah.
tidy shit up. And I was just like, barbecue cover. There we go, that looks so much better now. I was just like, really hasn't changed much other than now it looks like it's got a cover over it. I was like, yeah, no. We're just going to hide that around the corner.
We got rid of our old barbecue because we just didn't use it much. We had one of the
Yeah.
big gas barbies, right?
Did
Like,
any of
actually,
your
yes.
jets break as well or start to rust and sort of corrode away at all?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why we stopped using it. But
Yeah, that's the same.
we ended up, we got rid of that a while back. And then we got a little, like, tabletop barbecue. And that thing rocks. That thing goes so well.
I was looking at Bunnings at one of those today.
Yep, yep.
$689 for just a flat
no,
top barbecue.
no,
I was
no,
like,
no.
yeah, nah.
We went to, where did we get ours from? We got ours from, like, Sheen or something like that.
Yeah, right.
And it's just a little, it's got stumpy little legs on it, like this Lego piece. Okay.
Yeah.
You set it on top of the tabletop, and it runs on coal. So you just fill it up
Oh,
with
wow.
coal, light it up, let it do its thing.
There was some wicked ass barbecues. I tell you what, they had a few on display at the at Bunnings Hall's Head, and I was looking at all of those, and I was just like, man, I want one of these. And I started looking at prices. Barbecues these days are like $1,500, and I'm
Oh
sitting
yeah,
there going,
no, they're not cheap.
a smoker is $800 for a very top end sort of smoker. Like,
Oh yeah.
I could. Why would I want to spend $1,500 on a barbecue if I can spend $800 on a smoker, and it does the same thing?
I've got a smoker.
They're the best in terms of Scotch fillets and big rumps, and you let them marinate for a few hours in the smoke, and they come out so good. You ever
They do.
try a cheese
They really
sausage?
do.
Go and get a cheese Kransky from the
Kransky.
shop. Kransky from the shop, Coles or Woolworths, wherever you want to buy them from a wholesaler, and
Yep,
chuck
yep.
those inside the smoker. The best. You'll never go back to eating a standard cheese sausage ever again after that.
No, actually, don't get them from Coles or Woolies. Get them from get them from an actual butcher.
Oh, even if your butcher can do it, even better. So
Get it from a
they're-
proper butcher. I've stopped going to Coles and Woolies for meat altogether because their meat's just shit house.
It's shit, and I've started to notice the same. They're starting now with their meat side of things, starting
Yep.
to do it in bigger
Yep.
chunks because people just ain't buying it anymore.
No,
And when
because it's
people
all
are not
full of
buying
water.
it's either full of water, it's shit, or they've tried to glue it together when it's arrived from the actual butcher, just to try and
It
inflate the
is-
price on their end. And it's just like, you seriously
A lot of it is the crappiest meat, and you pay an absolute premium for it.
premium for it. You're going to
You
pay
know
the
why?
same price
Because
as the butcher, you may as well.
They're banking on the fact that you are not going to want to go to the butcher. You want to do it all in one place. That's why they
Yeah.
do that. And they go, right, we can just name our price now because we have a captive audience.
Yeah.
Right, we got all these people in here, and guess what? Oh, you don't have to go to the butchery. We got one in store. You don't have to go to the bakery either. We got one in store. You don't have to go to the deli either. We got one just over there. You know,
Yeah.
it might be the shittest quality stuff, but we got it.
We got it, and we've got the home brand version of it. And the problem with home brand is you can tell it's homemade because it's
Oh, yeah.
bland. It doesn't have anything. It's how can we make this on the cheapest scale possible, and feed it into a box, and then they'll market $5 home brand Coles, and they put it on the shelf going $5, please, and you're just like, but why when I can buy a named brand that isn't home brand for $5? Generally,
Exactly. Yep.
you look at the bread prices. You can buy the Coles bread for $2, or for $4, you can get quality bread, because the Coles bread, the minute you put it in a toaster, it's rock solid. It's shit house. It doesn't toast that well. Yeah, no, I just get home. I just get the named brands when it
Most
comes
of
to that
the
now.
oh yeah, absolutely. I don't bother with home brand stuff, and that's not me being what's the word? I'm not being bougie or anything like that.
Yeah,
That's just me going.
exactly.
I'm a big guy. I like
Yeah,
to eat. Okay,
yeah.
so when I get my toast out of the toaster, I don't want the fucking slice to be as thin as my phone.
Thin.
Okay,
Yeah, that's it. You want a nice thick piece,
on
and
a nice
that's what you
thick
notice as well.
big piece. It's got to be. It's got to be the size of, I don't know. What have I got around here that I can?
They've started making home brand peanut butter, home brand fucking jam.
Oh yeah.
I'm just sitting there looking at it going, yeah, no. Like, the more you buy the home brand, the more you're just supporting Coles and Woolworths, and not the farmers or the butchers or the baker that's actually making it all. Like, if you buy Australian made and not the home brand shit, then at least you're supporting in somewhat, the farmer or the butcher that you're supporting on the label.
One of my local
Yeah, no.
community halls. That I think it's the Eds Town Centre, or Eds Community Hall, or something like that. They every fortnight will put on this supermarket style charity thing. You pay your $2, you go in there and you get a pick of like three things from every shelf.
Oh, that's
Okay,
cool.
and it's all excess stuff that the local businesses haven't
Yeah.
been able to sell the day before. So it'll all be
Yeah.
excess bread from the bakery, which is still very, very fresh, and
Yeah.
it's in the
They've got a
freezer they've got
place.
excess meat from the butchery. They've got all the excess vegetables from the fruit
Yeah.
and veg shop that they haven't been
That's
able to
like the
sell, and it's
wholesale
still
place down the
relatively
road
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah,
Perth.
exactly.
Yeah, and you get to go in there, but the only way you
And
get
it's
to go
much
in
better
there,
quality shit than you'll get at the
100%,
supermarket.
100%, and it's cheaper. That's the problem. It's
Yeah,
cheaper. But to
yeah.
go into the wholesale place that we've got down here, you need to have what's called a hardship ticket book.
Yes,
And the
yeah.
only way you get that is by going to the community centre that does them to write you out one of these voucher book things. And then you go there and you can spend as much as you like, grabbing whatever you want. And your $300 shop that you would normally do at Woolworths,
Yeah.
your $300 inside of this shop that you're going to that's run by the community is about, 2 trolleys worth of food for $300 compared to maybe 5 items that you would have only had.
And these local guys, the ones I was just telling you about, they do something similar to that, but they use your driver's license number. So
Oh,
what
yeah,
they'll
see?
do is they will, they take your driver's license number as you come in through the door. You pay your
Yep.
$2,
And off you go.
and they go, right. You have actually been here a fortnight ago. You're only allowed in here once a month, so on your bike.
Oh, off you go. So they actually track how long it's been since
Yeah.
you go in there.
Yeah, because they've got a database.
Yeah, it stops people from abusing the system, I suppose, and leaving it for the people that actually need it. And obviously, with the homeless situation at the moment, there's a lot of people that need it. Like, I literally drove down the street today, and down one of the industrial streets just behind it, it caught my eye, and I turned left, and
Yeah, yeah.
there's 2-3 tents set up, and there's brand new Triton fucking utes sitting next to these tents, and I'm sitting there going,
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
fuck? Like, these people
It's-
now living next to their businesses.
It's not these people that can't afford housing or anything like that. You can afford housing, but there aren't any fucking houses.
There's no houses. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So, and the houses that are there are so unaffordable, people are not going into it. And there's been comments on so many Facebook pages of people saying, well, if owners weren't so fucking greedy, we'd be able to, get into one of these rental houses. But they put the rent at $800-900 and expect people to live in a 2-bedroom house that would normally be $350. That's a 3x2,
Honestly, though, are the owners really to blame here? Because
I think the banks and the government spending is the biggest problem. Government spending is what's inflated the price so much. The RBA came out and told us all, hey, government, stop spending money because you're going to inflate the rate, and people are going to be the ones paying for it. And the government just went.
But I mean, aren't you you as a homeowner, right? You were talking earlier about what you'd get if you were to sell your place, right? Would you not be rubbing your hands together as soon as someone was like, "I'll offer you 1.2 million for your house"? Okay,
I just be like,
Is that-
sold.
that's not your fault. That is
It's
the
just
fault.
the way the market.
That's the fault of the person with really deep pockets who is able
Yeah.
to offer you that. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone I know, I don't blame people for accepting, $800,000 for a house that they paid $100,000 for 10 years ago, right? That's not their fault. It's the buyer's fault. It's the rich
Yes.
the rich investors that are coming in and they're going, I can out fucking bid anyone standing in front of this house right now, and I will.
And this is why Pauline Hanson needs to get in as Prime Minister, because she's going to absolutely annihilate that problem by stopping foreign investors coming in. There was some sort of talk of any foreigner that has bought an investment that does not live in Australia, does not have a residency or citizenship.
America's done it.
They're going to revoke their investment, hand them their money back, and saying we're taking the house back. You're no longer an investor in Australia. You don't live here. You've only done it to capitalize on our market. See you later.
Right.
The Chinese are actively buying up land as we speak. And the government sat there, and what pissed off a lot of people recently is Albanese came out and said to the nurses and the doctors that were currently there, yous would be nowhere in Australia without foreign doctors. And you basically just slap the face of every Australian doctor, every Australian nurse. He just doesn't give a fuck. He's all about migration. He's a migrant himself. He sits there and says, we grew up poor. You didn't fucking grow up poor. You grew up in a very influential area.
But he's a British migrant, isn't he?
Oh,
Or
he's some
something
sort of
like
fucking,
that.
Yeah, I think if you weren't born in Australia and you're not a citizen of Australia, you can't be Prime Minister. But you have to be born
That's
in
fair.
Australia, I think,
That's
the most.
Totally fair. You got to
I
be
think if you were born
full-blooded
in
Aussie. Like, I wouldn't expect to become
Exactly.
Prime Minister myself because I'm not a full-blooded Aussie, right?
No.
But why don't we put a pin in this and finish talking about it next week?
Next week sounds good.
Yeah. So we have a to be continued on this episode. But in the meantime, folks, stay classy and keep the green roads green. Isn't it nice how that song has a good cut off there at the 23-second
It
mark?
does, doesn't it? It does,
Well,
eh?
What were
And
you
it's
going to
still-
say before then, Swagman? Right before I played the music. I'm sorry about that.
It's still recording too.
It is still recording. That's why,
It's still-
I've kind of forgot I didn't let you say goodbye properly.
No, it's fine. No, I was happy to fucking sit there and let it run out. I was just going to say that for our next week's recording, if you've got time, we can do that tomorrow if you want.
No, I'm going to be working at Broken tomorrow, so...
Okay.
Righto.
I was just going to say
There's
because Logan's
something-
playing up at the moment.
Okay, well, why don't we come back to this in about 15 minutes or something?
Okay, we can do. Yeah, I can't do 2 hours today, unfortunately.
Fair enough. All right then. Well,
Yeah,
we can do it
'cause
next weekend or
I've
something.
got a shitload to do. Yeah, I can do next week or during the week if you get some time.
I'm
If
gonna have
you've
to
got
cut all
time.
this out.
Yes, yes.
All right. Yeah,
Yes,
you
we are.
say your goodbye, mate.
All right, take it easy, guys, and I will see you all next week.
See you all next week. Keep the green reds green.